It's another of my most hated stories to see in local papers. And I want to keep calling the local papers out on it because I want to see this stop. Look at this. Milford Haven resident fined for TV licence offence. This is in the Pembrokeshire Herald, that well-read paper. But surely a local paper's job is to inform the local community, not name and shame them in their local community. And yes, I know, you've said it to me 1,000 times, right? The court records are public. So they're within their rights to print the court records if they want. But it doesn't make it morally right to print them in the paper for the community that that person lives in. It's naming and shaming local people to enforce the narrative that you must pay the TV licence fee. And what the hell does the Pembrokeshire Herald care if people pay the TV licence fee or not? But they should care about the people in their local community. You know, this bloke, I'm not going to say his name in here, walked down the high street, I saw you in the paper. It's wrong, isn't it? Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this and see if we can pick some more holes in it, shall we? In a recent case at Canterbury Magistrates Court, a gentleman, a resident of his road and the town he lives in, and that's fine. That's fine, is it, Pembrokeshire Herald? You're all right with doing that, are you? He was found guilty of using a television set without a valid licence, which isn't a crime. I use a television set every day of the week without a valid licence. As long as you don't watch or record anything as it's being broadcast or access BBC iPlayer, you don't require a licence. The licence fee isn't based on owning a television set. It's based on what you use your equipment to do. That needs rewording. It needs rewording. And the offence occurred on May the 15th, 2023. So either that's a misprint or the court system's working bloomin' quick in Canterbury. So the gentleman and his age appeared before the court where he received a financial penalty of £220 for his illegal television activities. Why are you trying to do shock journalism in the Pembrokeshire? The court also ordered him to pay £120 in costs and a victim surcharge of £88 was imposed. Who is the victim in that? Who? Why would you pay a victim surcharge to a corporation? I'm sure there's somebody out there that understands the legal stuff more than me. Why is there a victim surcharge of £88 that's going to be paid? Is it paid to the corporation? I don't get it. I don't get why that exists. Instead, a collection order was issued requiring the gentleman to make direct payments to the court. The presiding magistrate, Mark Tucker, oversaw the proceedings with, can't pronounce that, Gill acting as the prosecutor. The CPS said, using a television set without a valid licence is a violation of the law and carries consequences. That makes no sense at all. Go to the TV licensing website and it says all the stuff you can use your television to watch. You can watch ITVX and you can watch tonight's Coronation Street half an hour after it's been on your television without requiring a television licence to do so. So how is that a charge? Using a television set without a valid licence? No, that's not the charge, is it? So using a television set to access broadcast TV without a valid licence is a charge. Using a television set without a valid licence, the only thing that wording does is enforce the narrative that if you own a television, you must pay for a licence. That's the only thing that wording does, and that's why it's not going to get changed, because they like that. They like scaring people into paying for a licence fee. If too many people knew the truth, that you can watch, as long as you don't watch or record anything that's been broadcast or use iPlayer, you can watch anything else you like. If everybody in the country knew that, how many people do you think would pay for a telly licence? It wouldn't be many. It wouldn't be many, would it? It is essential for individuals to comply with legal requirements to maintain a fair and regulated broadcasting environment. What's that? What has a fair and regulated broadcasting environment got to do with the CPS? What's that got to do with them? It's none of their bloody business. And it's essential for individuals to comply with legal requirements. It's obviously not essential for you to comply with too many legal requirements, CPS, is it? Because you can't even get the charge right. These stories wind me up. They wind me up. Just because I don't like to see good people, well, I don't know him personally, he could be anybody, couldn't he? But I don't like to see people named and shamed in their local community for a nonsense offence that shouldn't even be an offence, especially when the offence isn't even written correctly. It's just written in a manner or just taken straight from the court, and it enforces the narrative to all the people in the Pembrokeshire area that you must pay for the licence fee. There's no journalism in here. There's no journalism in here. Who wrote this? Tom Sinclair on May the 22nd, right? If Tom Sinclair was a pucker journalist, he would put some information at the end saying, if you also don't have, or if you also don't pay for your licence fee, you could end up in court like this gentleman. But if you don't watch a record anything that's been broadcast, use BBC iPlayer, and here's some information for you. Isn't that journalism? Giving full information on a story? Don't know. I'm not a journalist. And I'm glad about it. And if I was, I wouldn't work for the Pembrokeshire Herald. That's for sure. What do you think about this? Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. I know they're within their rights to publish that information, but one, is it morally right to do so? And two, do some bloomin' journalism alongside it and actually give some useful information. Tom Sinclair. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because that way, hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon, won't I? Ta-da.